Hi y'all, how y'all doing? I just got back not too long ago I had to take off today to go to jury duty in the Bronx. The Bronx, criminal court system in the hood in Grand Concourse. And, bitch, I was mad. Bitch, I was mad. I was mad because I don't like walking around without something. Even though I knew where I was going and I knew that they're going to check you and you can't, even a knife that the city says that you can have like a 4-inch knife or whatever. I don't like leaving my house without anything. Okay? Not that, I don't have problems when I go out. I really don't. But I think for my peace of mind, especially now, I don't like, you will never catch me not, she don't do that. So I thought I was clever by carrying some bleach in a spray bottle. And I made up some excuse when they checked and ran my purse and put the stuff in my purse, because you can't have pepper spray, you can't have this. I carried some bleach. I put it in like a tiny little powerful spray bottle. I put a few things in it to kind of so it won't smell like bleach, but like certain agents in it that, that's powerful, that will sting you. Kind of like, something that's going to get you together. And the guys were nice. The guy that, when I had to, you have to put your thing and they have to scan, kind of like the airport when they scan your stuff. They scan my bag and everything in my pockets, and when they scan my bag, he looked through my bag, but it didn't go off because it wasn't metal. And he was like, "What's that?" And I told him, I was like, "Oh, I was cleaning, and maybe I just mistook, something, maybe I just, I got confused. I made something. I was like, maybe I got confused. I just forgot to put that on my table that I have on my, stuff or whatever, and I just put it in my bag by mistake. I forgot. I was cleaning earlier before I came here, and yada, yada, yada. I made up a mistake. He looked at me like, girl, who you think you fooling? I know what it was. But he didn't, the funny thing is he didn't confiscate it. He didn't, but long story short, so this video is not going to be that long, but I want to touch on some stuff. So I get to like the floor. So I get there and I go through all that and I ask the guy, well, I need to get out of, postpone or get out of jury duty. Because he was like, well, you're supposed to email or call. And I was like, well, I emailed and I didn't hear anything back. And, the date that I'm supposed to appear is approaching. And I have a lot of stuff at work that I can't really take off. Plus, really, two things. Giving me fucking $40 a day for my motherfucking time and to be in that room. No ma'am. Absolutely not. And I'm not trying to be in a motherfucking room full of people that have fucking COVID. Everybody's getting COVID again. And on top of that, y'all don't protect the fucking jurors. Okay? Look at what happened with the jurors with the Miss Peach case. Miss Peach with the bad body. They weren't protected. And y'all still nothing happened to that motherfucker. So you think I'm gonna motherfucking sit up in a motherfucking jury with some people to send somebody that doesn't have the means from a marginalized, vulnerable group to jail? Perhaps, when y'all letting the motherfucking rich get away with bullshit? Fuck you. I'm not doing that. Kiss my motherfucking ass. So he sent me to this room with a bunch of old mammies. A bunch of old, bitter, evil mammies. And baby, their attitude and my attitude did not mix. And bitch, I lit that whole room the fuck up. Okay? because they were nasty in there. Well, you got to serve. I ain't got to do a motherfucking thing, and I have my rights. And I gave them a reason why I couldn't serve, and I didn't want to serve. And I gave them a whole list of reasons why I didn't want to serve. Okay. And one of the older ladies, I guess she might have been a supervisor back there. She spoke to me. She calmed me down, cause I was lighting this really ugly mammy up. I lit her the fuck up. And I was reading her. And I was reading not only her, but I was reading the whole system. And I topped it off with my rights and knowing my motherfucking rights. Bitch. And she looked at me like she was mad. And I knew that I was going to be mad. I knew that I was going to have an attitude. I don't like going in those types of neighborhoods. You know, I don't have a problem going to those. So whenever I'm going to those neighborhoods, I make sure I dot my I's and cross my T's. I'm super fish. Okay, and I knew that I was going to read somebody, so I didn't want to get clocked by reading them. So I made sure that the look was on point. No makeup, hair up in a bun, earrings, looking pretty, and natural. Okay, I knew that I had to motherfucking make sure that I was sealing the deal in terms of the look, because the first thing they were going to try to do is read and misgender, and I was like, oh no, we're not doing that. But honey, I read her. She was so mad with me. She was so mad with me. I read her down. I read her down, baby. And I read her in a very intelligent way. I kind of got a little ratchet, and then I read her in a very intelligent way, and I sealed it with knowing my rights. And so the older supervisor, you could tell she had been there. She was older. She, spoke to me, and she was like, I understand how you feel. And I'm like, yeah, and on top, and then I was venting to her, even though she was trying to help me. I was like, y'all have all these people, women, all kinds of women and all kinds of people up in here in the middle of COVID, and you want me to sit up in a room full of a bunch of people with, I started to say low IQ and low vibrations. Okay, you want me to sit up in a room and be around them and nobody wearing masks? And all this stuff is happening in our country, and there's nobody monitoring the public safety and public health, and you want me to do that? And on top of that, y'all allowed these rich white men of no color, to get away with anything, even though they go through this system, and you want me to sit and throw one of these Latin and brown and black people in jail just to make y'all feel good? She was like, ma'am, I'm so sorry, and I understand. She took me by my hand, and she was like, baby, I understand how you feel, because I feel the same way. She said, I feel the same way. And she said, I'm going to make sure that, I'm going to make sure that we remove you from the possible juror pool and cite it as your personal beliefs and stuff like that, about not serving. And I was like, and don't nobody call me from this office no more. And she was like, she just looked at me like, bitch, I'm trying to help you. Calm down. But I was like, and don't y'all call me from this office no more. But at the end of it, I was like, ma'am, I'm so sorry if I was, but I'm like, to have to go through, and have, like these guys this one guy, when I was really on the corner, it was a ninja, it was a bandit. He was like leaning over like the light post, leaning on and resting on the light post, trying to talk to me like, hey, how you doing? And I said, good morning, and I just kept it moving. And he was like, yo, where you going? Come here. And I looked back at him like, Leroy, if you do not don't let me go inside my motherfucking purse, please. Because even though I don't have my normal purse full of get you right to fucking gather, I do have something in this motherfucking purse that will wear you out. Leave me the fuck alone, boy. Okay? I was mad because I was waiting for him to call me a bitch. Because I would have went back there and punched him in his mouth. But he didn't do that. He kept it cute. He looked in my face and was like, oh no, she's having a day. And so, but yeah, I went home. I just got home not too long ago. One of the courts guys, one of the guys that I guess he's a security guard there, was trying to talk to me and ask me for my number, and I was just like, no, I'm good, baby. He was handsome, but I don't do bandits. We don't do that. I'm home, and there's a few things that I want to touch on. But, ooh, girl, I had to calm down, because I'm like, how dare y'all? Y'all want the dolls? Y'all want the most marginalized in this society to have to go and sit up in that room full of niggas? I would be in jail. With all these motherfucking rules for trans people in jail now? No. I would be in these. What it is that they want, if they don't want, they want to unalive all the black people in this country. And blacks are so stupid that they're still running around here arguing with each other. They want to unalive black people by come hook or crook. They want us out of here, and they want the Latins out of here too. Okay? Come hook or crook, they're trying to do it. Whether they want us to unalive each other, or one of us unalive the other person, and the other person, then you have to go to jail in these inhumane conditions, or they're doing it through the food, they're doing it through the air, they're doing it through the water, they're doing it through these viruses and diseases and stuff that's popping up every fucking where. Okay? Girl, they're trying to unalive, they're trying to reduce the population on this earth, but mainly in this country. And they've been worried about overpopulation in this country since 1964. When that Lyndon B. Johnson memo came out. And they're angry because it's being overly populated, not necessarily them, but black and brown people. And if you look at a lot of they're talking about redacting and declassifying the stuff on Martin Luther King and the Kennedys, but they won't talk about Malcolm X, and they damn sure not talking about the whole the house in Virginia, the disease, the pandemic that offed a majority, a fraction of this world. The house in Virginia, you know the acronym, House in Virginia, the kitty cat. They don't want to talk about that. They're not going to declassify those files, honey. Okay? Honey, how did I get on that? Oh, yeah, overpopulation. They don't want to talk about that and how the overpopulation, that memo from 1964 in the house in Virginia, the kitty cat meow. They're literally, if you can declassify that, you would tie them both in together. Okay? It's deliberate. It was deliberate. But that's neither here nor there. I'm home. We got rid of I told them and spoke my piece. Okay? They did not call me no more. She gave me something in writing. She gave me something in writing to say that I was excused. And personally, stamped it and stuff like that. I'm good. But bitch, I'm angry. I don't know why today. I'm just like, I think my adrenaline is like, y'all want to put me and put trans women and put biological women in positions where we are going to be harmed. And if we defend ourselves, then we're going to go to the slammer. Bitch, one time I went to, this was when, just before I started my transition and I was in high school. And I was so feminine and so cunt and so, they didn't know what I was. Bitch, they took my teacher. This is how the school educational system in New York, especially for the inner city kids, was. Instead of teaching us the motherfucking, the A's, the ABCs and science, instead of teaching us about ABCs, the mathematics and science and business and all that other stuff. You know what they did in my high school? They took us on a field trip to the prison. To the jails, honey. Now, why would they do that with little black and brown kids? I wonder if they did that in the white schools. What y'all think? Y'all think they did that in the white schools? Bitch. I'll never forget. I remember like it was yesterday. Okay. I had on some tight jeans. Okay. My hair was up in a cute little bun. But it was like, this is when everybody was having a phase. And I was giving like I was giving lesbian realness. And I had my hair up, it was faded. I had my hair up in a bun. It's what a lot of the Latin people do now. And it was given very Cassie. You know how Cassie shaved off one side of her head? But now, you see how a lot of girls now, but a lot of Latin men they would fade the side of their hair and put it up in the rest, in the top part, up in a bun, a cute little bun with their little baby hairs. Bitch, I was doing that in the motherfucking 80s, okay? But the thing about me is that I dyed the top part. I was looking cute. Bitch, I was giving you and they didn't know if I was a girl or a boy. How you doing? Okay. And bitch, I remember I used to put this Brill cream. I think it was called Brill cream. It was like a Brill pomade in my hair, so it was like curly. But I remember I used to dye my hair a lot. So I dyed my hair like racy wine. This color called racy wine. It was like a wine color. I was doing that in the fucking 80s, and I was the first person in my neighborhood doing that, in that whole area doing that, and then everybody started doing it after. The boys were doing it, the girls were doing it. Anyway, long story short. So I remember they took us to the prison, right? And I'm going in there, and them fucking inmates, even though it was a holding cell, they were in there trying to holler. And it was so embarrassing. I was proud, but I was embarrassed. They were like, yo, shorty with the fat ass, with that pretty hair, with that red hair, come here, shorty. And I was like, I remember batting my eye like, boy, what? I was young. I was 15, 16. Okay, I didn't know no better. Honey, I was a mess. But yeah, they took us to the fucking holding cell. And when we went there, all them boys were I don't know whether they were trying to scare us into like, oh, if y'all come in here, y'all lives are going to be ruined. But they were trying to scare, and they looked at me like they wanted to fuck me. I had like this, at that point, I was a teenager, a little baby. I was a grown woman, okay, in my mind and in my body. And I probably walked like I got fucked anyway. But all these grown men were trying to get at me in the fucking prison, in the courts, where they had the holding cell on 161st Street. Bitch, it was too much. It was too much, honey. But anyway, off to the reason why I wanted to make this video, right? My dolls. I've seen too many videos. At this point, and we need to circulate this amongst each other. Stop telling all our fucking secrets. Stop telling all our business. Because a lot of the stuff that we have been doing legally to protect ourselves are designed to protect ourselves. I'm not going to say what it is. Some of the girls know. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Stop telling people. Stop doing videos trying to antagonize people with certain things that you've gotten done to protect you as a trans woman. Stop saying it. Because all these motherfuckers are going around and circulating videos still on the trans kick. They're not even worried about their fucking rights anymore. All they want to do is be able to oppress us, even if it oppresses them in the process. Stop telling our business. Stop telling our surgeries. Stop telling how some of y'all are paying for the surgeries. Stop telling the other stuff, the real important stuff that protects the girls. Y'all sitting out here telling all the fucking business and they're using it against us. Miss Bad Body Peach, Miss Peach with the bad body was somewhat detailed in those executive orders. And it says to me that they have been studying the shit that the girls are saying and using it against us. And they're trying to redo and rescind our rights all across the board while they get rich. Shut the fuck up. Every time I see a trans woman on her platform, she says some dumb shit. Shut your fucking mouth, bitch. You're ruining it for everyone. These bitches have no clues. They have no clue. All the stuff that is put in place now, or was put in place, that was designed to protect us and help us, is being taken away because you bitches talk too fucking much. Your Judies, your female Judies, your cis female Judies are the ones that, like, y'all need to shut up. Shut up. You're hurting not only yourself, but all of us. Let me tell you something, ladies. If you can remain stealth, if you can be stealth right now, it's for your safety. It's for your safety. That's how you should fucking really, that's your goal. So my dolls, I'm talking to us, the true girls, the true dolls. If you can be stealth and live stealth, do it. It'll be the thing that's gonna help you to be the final girl. Because all this other madness that's going on in our motherfucking communities, so maybe these girls, let me shut up. I don't want to say that because it was mean. But if you can be stealth to the best of your ability, be stealth. I went to work. I've been going to work, and going out in this public, every day since all these executive orders have hit, and it feels weird, and there's anxiety on all the girls, but not just the dolls. It feels weird. But I had no problems. I went out. I've been having lovely days. You know, people have actually been nice. You know, I think because everyone feels attacked. And there's some people, and a lot of people are going out of their way to be an ally. You know, people look at me, they see me as a woman of color. You know, I had 3 at work yesterday when I was going to get a sandwich, which I have to stop doing. At this point, I'm going to start really saving my money. I've been saving. I always save money, but I'm really going to start bringing my own lunch. Because I paid for a sandwich, like $17. Even though I had like 2 bags of potato chips, but it was $17. Okay? The time before, like the week before, I had salad. The salad was $20. Okay? I have to start, like, at this point, for the dogs, it's about adjusting. It's about saving your money. It's about investing if you can. It's about starting a business if you can. It's about doing whatever you need to do to bring in a couple of extra $100 a month that you have stashed away. Keep these ninjas out of your house. They don't protect and they don't provide. And they damn sure, they've given up in this society. They want to be considered men, but they've given up. Listen to the stuff that they're saying on social media. What are we going to do? Oh, there's nothing we can do. You know, we just got to adjust. These are your bandits. These are your kangs. They done led you into a burning building, and now they're the captured bucks that we've always said that they were. Bitch, you better motherfucking get on your own feet and stand on your own feet and keep them out of your fucking house. They're bandits. They're weak. And you mark my words, they're going to be the ones mainly attacking the dolls. I don't want to put that out there, but I want you to be aware and prepared to knock them the fuck out. Because their manhood is being stripped in front of the world. When these executive orders hit, it stripped them. They're embarrassed. Because how do you allow the system and this group of men, these non-melanated men of no color, to enslave you and strip you of your rights for the second fucking time? These men literally look weak. They look cowardly. And they look dumb. And they know it. The world is looking down on men of color now. You look weak. Especially those of you that have sat back and voted for him, campaigned for him in your neighborhoods, spoke bad about that woman, that black woman that wanted to give you the world by way of her policies to make your life, put money in your pocket, make your grandparents' lives easier. Okay, make your parents' lives easier, make your children's lives easier, and give you more money and protection. And you voted for him. A man that has shown you time and time again who he is. And he told you what he was going to do. And you voted for exactly what is happening now. To have all your rights stripped. Okay? You look weak. And the world is laughing at you. How are men of color in this predicament and their people in this predicament again? Bitch. Again. Those of us that have been trying to sound the alarm and get y'all to wake the fuck up, and y'all laughed at us, and it was so many voices against Kamala. Lord Jamar, why do you think all these bandits are silent? Umar Johnson. Didn't Umar Johnson just give up his citizenship to the United States and now he's a citizen of Ghana? Why do you think he did that? You motherfuckers in the BC. You know what I want to say will get me motherfucking banned off this app. So I'm not going to say it. But what I want to say to black folks is y'all tired. Not all of you, but a lot of you are tired. You're late and you're delayed. And we have allowed the most ignorant among us to have the biggest fucking bullhorn and voice. And they have shaped and changed culture. Umar Johnson and all these men of color were agents. They were paid actors who allegedly they were paid actors who have allegedly gave you all of these talking points, all of this, they brainwashed you to hate each other. You notice they don't even hate men of no color no more. They don't speak ill of men of no color. There was a time when the pro-black, pro-militant, pan-African men were like so anti-men of no color. They were militant. Now these bandits, they love massa. They love their colonizer. It's you all that they hate. They divide black men from black women, black straights from black LGBT, black Muslims from black Christians, black Democrats from black Republicans. Should I go on? They're paid to do it. They talk about the gay agenda, but they don't want to talk about the agenda to unalive all of us by this government and forces beyond. They don't talk about it. They don't talk about the stuff that's going on with the FDA. No one's even broke down all of his appointments that are so dangerous. His cabinet appointments that are dangerous. People that are in charge of your food, your health care, your medicine, don't have a lick of experience. Baby, y'all done did it now. Why Umar is silent? Why Candace is silent? Why is Lord Jamon, all these anti-Kamala freaks that got on that bullhorn, you notice that they're quiet now. They disappeared. Where's Jill Stein at? She's another paid prop. Another paid op and prop. She runs every 4 years to take away from Democrat votes to give it to Republican votes, and then she disappears and you don't hear from her until the next election. Where that bitch at? Where's she at? Where'd she go? Huh? Y'all have been played. At this point, anybody that is talking anything that's anti-LGBT in the black community is an enemy. You should be uniting with us. We've had to deal with the most oppression in this damn world. You think you had to deal with oppression just being a black person? Try being a black, gay, queer, trans, lesbian person. I don't speak of the bisexual community because y'all have the luxury of being on the DL, and most of y'all are. But that's another video. Y'all don't know what oppression's like. We are oppressed by everyone. Y'all, we're oppressed by the man, the system that y'all oppressed by, and we're oppressed by y'all. Baby, let me tell you something. When he signed those executive orders rescinding the civil rights era protections from 64 and 65, I felt two ways. Initially, I felt relief. Not relief. I felt like I wanted to gloat and rub it in black people's face that I know voted for him. That spent all this time, all the millions that have went out of their way to demonize trans women, that have taken masses talking points, okay, from these news apparatuses and taken their talking points and brought it into the hood. How they've made us public enemy number one when they really are public enemy number one. I wanted to rub it in their fucking face. Y'all been so hell-bent on taking away trans people's rights and forcing us out of public space. Now look at you. Your rights are taken, dummy. And you know, the sad part is most of them won't even get the lesson in all of this. And the lesson is when you support and cheer on the oppression of another group, and you want their rights taken away, and you want to oppress them, you will be oppressed. You are opening the door to your own rights being taken away, and we see it happening right before our eyes. All of y'all got on these platforms, and y'all went out of your way to demonize, misgender, humiliate, bully trans women. Y'all have trans women in your mouth more than let me shut up. I was going to say something crass. Y'all talk about us more than we even think about you. Y'all obsessed with us. You're obsessed with the whole LGBT community. Y'all went so hard to get our rights removed because you thought you had privilege. You thought you were entitled. You had a little bit of privilege. Now look at you. You haven't even had your rights for more than fucking 60 years. Now look at you. This is why I agree fundamentally with almost everything that Cynthia G says. I agree with her. But I'm not going to have that conversation here. I felt initially, I was like, he just signed executive orders taking away your rights. But I knew he was already signing executive orders since day one that took away a lot of melanated people, black and brown people's rights. They just were too dumb to not even read in between the lines and how it's going to affect them. But this, the day two, when he signed those executive orders reversing those 1960s era civil rights era protections, it was blatant. It was in their face. But what they didn't know is the day before, there was a whole bunch of stuff. Baby, the day before, he signed so many different executive orders that directly affect black and brown people, and they were too dumb to even fucking see it. But they just heard the trans part, the gender part, and they're like, don't you go into, I heard sort people saying stuff online, don't y'all go into no bathrooms, don't y'all go into no women's bathroom, don't y'all do this, don't y'all do that. And I'm like, looking, and I had to respond to them, and even I always poke my nose in other people's business, but I poked my nose in this, and I said, look, are you dumb? Did you read the rest of those executive orders? He has more of a hard-on for y'all. He's coming for y'all more than he's coming for any trans woman. And y'all dumb asses are focused on this. Instead of uniting with these people in the trans community, in the LGBT community, you've made enemies out of them. And now look at you. You're back to square one. And your rights are being taken away. Okay? So my initial response on day two when he did those executive orders was like, y'all motherfuckers, I told y'all so, y'all disgusting. Look, now y'all wanted my rights taken away. Now look, your rights are taken away. And I was gloating and I was reading folk and I was like, y'all disgusting. Y'all brought this on yourselves. Y'all not paying attention. I was going in, but then I had to realize I became sad. My next response was anger and sadness. Because it affects me. It affects me too. It affects my family. It affects my loved ones, my friends, my dolls. There are a lot of trans dolls. Okay? That are of color. Whether they're brown or black. Okay? I was sad. But because cis heterosexual people in the BC have shown their ass and been so disgusting toward LGBT people, especially trans women, my spirit needed to gloat. My spirit needed to rub their face in it. My spirit needed to fuck them up even more and make them feel worse because they've made us feel worse for all these fucking years. But immediately after, a couple of hours, I should say, I felt sad and angry that he did that he signed those damn orders. I don't know if I want to drink or buy food here anymore. Like, I want to move and plant my own garden. Grow my own, raise my own chickens. I don't trust it no more. This is sad. I don't trust the food. I don't trust the water. I don't trust anything or anyone. My heart hurts for the most vulnerable, the elderly. The elderly women that have nothing and no one. I see little elderly women pushing a cart up and down the block near the supermarket. They've outlived their families, and I'll make my way to go out and ask any elderly woman or elderly man that look like they're struggling, do you need some help? Do you need anything? There are times when elderly people have been in front of me in the checkout line at the supermarket, and I would pay for their groceries because I know that they're on a fixed income. And my heart breaks for them. Because of this fool's tax breaks for the rich that you motherfuckers voted for, every household is going to be paying $4,000 more in taxes There are people that can't afford to live in this country. And now you have a lot of these people of no color get on the internet and gloat and brag and say, aha, it wasn't about eggs. It wasn't about inflation. We just wanted y'all not to vote for Kamala so you can vote for Trump. Aha. I knew it wasn't about no damn eggs for them. And you know what? Mayor Adams is an op. But I'm not going to say anything. I've said in a previous video, he is a Republican that ran as a Democrat. I find it really odd. A lot of stuff has happened. He might be some, and also I find it odd that Trump told him that he was going to pardon him. So, baby, New Yorkers, y'all are going to gag. Y'all got to gag because he never really was for New York. And you know what? I'm going to just say it. If it gets me banned or hurt or whatever. I don't want to be here anyway. This fucking country, this earth is just rotten to the bone. The people are rotten to the bone. The people in this country, in this world are so fucking evil and disgusting that even Mother Nature has turned her back on us. Look at the climate fucking crisis that we have. Yeah, we're the reason why the climate and the weather is so fucked up. The way we treat each other, the energy we put out into this fucking universe, into this world, has made Mother Nature and the universe turn on us. The way we treated the world, the way we treated the environment. We did that. Y'all allowed these motherfucking rich YT motherfuckers to fucking help you, make them rich so that they can oppress you and keep you poor while they fuck up the fucking environment. And you've helped them to do it. The cars, the food, the littering, all of that. The waste. But I'm going to tell you this. It has not, and I'm not going to elaborate, it has not gone over my head how Mayor Adams, for some reason, kind of like with the trans thing, the migrant thing, how Mayor Adams embraced all these migrants and did all of these things that were really unorthodox, and how you would tear down what is the name of that hotel? And I just passed it yesterday. The Roosevelt Hotel. The Roosevelt Hotel was a classic, iconic, upscale, the most ritzy hotel in Midtown Manhattan, next to the Waldorf. Okay, it was on 46th and Madison. Baby, it was a poppin', upscale, amazing hotel, and they turned that into a damn shelter for migrants. And did all these different things and publicized it. Honestly, I believe he's an op. Like how a lot of the Republicans in this government, how a lot of them would get these actors to say that they were trans, to go inside women's spaces and whip out their johns. Okay, and then have it there's always some sort of a camera crew to pick up their bad behavior. It's the same with this migrant thing. And it was a way for him to get America on board. One thing I will say about Miss Peach, she understands publicity. Miss Peach understands media. She understands social media and images and imagery. And how if y'all can put out a story about migrants getting $12,000 or $12,000 on a credit card, which was not happening, by the way, and you can have it circulate to Americans that are already struggling at the supermarket checkout line, and then you can see every week his Mayor Adams, the mayor's rollout team about the migrants and how we're going to take care of them and house them and all this stuff. It would not surprise me if he's had a secret conversations with them, with Miss Peach, the whole time. This is what I need you to do. I need you to make sure that, we're going to send all the migrants to you. I want to make sure that you welcome them in and then we're going to put out these stories about them getting thousands of dollars on taxpayers' dimes and that they're committing all these crimes and taking away jobs. All of a sudden, you notice how the mayor cut that as soon as Miss Peach said, okay, now we don't need you anymore. We don't need you to do that anymore. Oh, now we're going to cancel the insane asylum. Not the insane asylum, but the asylum, the migrant asylum, indefinitely. Y'all don't find that odd? How instantly, I think it was something after Miss Peach said something and the mayor stopped it. Like that. He's in on the fucking shenanigans. Allegedly. Allegedly, he's in on it. He is a motherfucking Republican. Allegedly, he has always been a registered Republican. And he ran as a Democrat in a motherfucking blue state and made it pretty much a red state. And it goes to show you what the Republican agenda is. New York is as dirty as it's ever been. It smells like shit and garbage. It looks like shit and garbage. They're taking all this fucking money and pocketing it. And all the shit that he was accused of, taking trips to Turkey and all this other stuff. They don't care. If this doesn't crystallize who the Republican Party is for you all, ain't never a Democrat has ever done this shit. Taking away people's rights and letting the poor get poorer and people get sicker. At this point, all those black men of color that have this really flippant response to everything, like they're so intelligent and they know it all. The ones that were saying, there was one in particular, he's a chaser. Mind you, he's a straight man, got kids, got a kid, he lives in Harlem. He works a big bottom. He don't even want you to see his dick. Mind you. Now, mind you, he is having sex with women. He is topping them and getting them pregnant. And he's a street dude. He's what you would consider a thug. He's a big old bottom. He never been in my house. I've never fucked him. He been after me for years, for at least 10 years. But this ag fug, I asked him if he voted for Trump the day after the election. And he said he did. And he said he tried to justify it with this whole, like a lot of the bandits do, these so fake, pseudo-intellectual pro-African, oh, it's the two systems are the same, and your vote doesn't count, and it's really not going to affect my life. It's not going to affect my life. You just have to adjust, and it's this and it's that, and both sides are horrible. And I'm like, no, they're not. Because the Democrats are always trying. Here's the thing, and I'm going to just end this video after I say this. If you look at the history of this country, especially in the civil rights era, it has always been the Republicans. It's always been the Democrats. I'm sorry. It's always been the Democrats that have been fighting and blocking what the Republicans just did this week with those executive orders. They've been wanting to do this for fucking decades. Now you gave them control of the entire government, every branch, and they're doing it. That's the difference between the Democrats and the fucking Republicans. The Democrats have been the ones that have been standing and fighting and blocking the harmful shit that these Republicans wanted to do. Now that you've given them total control and you gave this narcissistic, demented, evil person control, and he has a whole cabinet full of yes men that are not going to betray him, now you're going to see the difference fully of why we've been saying the Democrats are for us. And anybody that tells you that the Democrats were never for black people, and they bring up slavery and how the Republicans were the ones that freed the slaves, you need to know that they're dumb. You need to block them out of your life because they're dumb. They don't know what they're talking about. And that type of mentality is why we're so divided now and unclear about who the real enemy is, because of these dumb ninjas. They're ignorant. Know that they're ignorant because the Republican Party back in 1850s, what we will call today the Democrats. If you understood the history of this government and politics, and you especially after Eisenhower and the great switch that happened and how the Republicans became the Democrats in name, it was the same people. They were the same people, but they switched parties based on what those parties were offering them. And how the Republican Party has become this capitalistic, separatist, bigoted, racist institution that has only been trying to take away rights. They're trying to take away all these take away everything that helps the poor, that helps the marginalized, and even helps the middle class. Those of us that are working, they're trying to take away everything and drain it and put it back into corporations and the 1%. And you all have voted for it. Enjoy. The great switch in this government where the Republicans became the Democrats and the Democrats became the Republicans. You need to really just go back and do your history. And anybody telling you and any person of color, whether they're black or brown, that affirms and tries to explain and make excuses for what this man did this week with those executive orders is an enemy to your people. And that's all I'm going to say. You deal with that and you digest that the way you want to. Have a good day. Oh, you know what? Before I go, I thought I was going to end the video there, and I did. And so I'm going to do this last piece, and hopefully it'll be edited perfectly to everything that I've said just prior. But at this point, y'all better stop supporting these celebrities that not only have voted against you, but try to convince you to vote for their best interests. Only in this fucking country are the rich convincing the poor to vote in the best interests of the rich. You all are so dumb. To the point where I don't want to be in community with none of y'all. My dolls, I love you. We're going to be in community. Some of my biological women and biological men and maybe a handful of gays and maybe one or two lesbians. Because, baby, let me tell you something. I don't even want to talk about the lesbians or even the bisexual women. And I damn sure don't want to talk to the trans men, because the trans men, a lot of y'all, we need to have a meeting in a ladies' room as trans people, because there's some issues that I have with a lot of you trans men. But I'm not going to do that here. At the end of the day, y'all need to stop supporting these celebrities like Ray J, Okay? Especially Ray J, because you trans women have allowed that man to exploit you and exploit your community, and he is giving you pennies. And to my dogs, those trans women that go on Ray J's stuff and they're showing their ass, those girls you need to unfollow. Those girls you need to alienate and disassociate yourself with. You know why? Because they have no problem selling you out the way he did. You see, y'all are going to be struggling. Y'all going to have to dodge the police. Y'all going to have to dodge the white supremacists. Y'all going to have to dodge these fucking bandits that are acting like white supremacists. Y'all going to have to deal with the groceries. Y'all going to have to deal with rent, the poor health care, poor everything. While they are in their motherfucking villa, beautiful villa, on the water, eating lobster, and don't have a care in the world, and not even thinking about you and the plight of you and your family. We're going to watch people die behind the shit that this man is planning. And all of you motherfuckers that helped him, the Waka Flockas, the Snoop Dogs, the Nellies, the Ray J's, the Nellies, Candace Owen, Lord Jamar, Umar Johnson, Kodak Black, Fabio Foreign, all of them, Sexy Red, all of these idiots, Amber Rose, they are enemies to you and your people. All of those trans women that are on Ray J's platform fighting each other like a bunch of niggas. I said it. Niggas. That's not who we are. That's not how we do. That's not how we never did that. The Sydney Stars of the world, they are your enemy. Stop supporting them. You're going to be the one that's going to have to struggle every time you leave that house. And this is what I'm going to say, and I'm going to get off of here for good. You have to struggle and fight all of these bandits in your neighborhood. Sometimes you can't even make it out of your building because of the energy and the fuckery that these trans women have done on TV that have enraged these cis heterosexual people in your neighborhood. They don't have access to Sydney Star and these trans women that they see on TV. They have access to you. You're the only trans person that is in front of them. And they're going to take out their rage. That shit that Sydney and all these toxic trans women are doing online and doing on TV, they're going to take that rage out on you. And then you turn around and support these girls because they're trans. Bitch, you're a clown too. You better wake up. Shauna Brooks, all these girls are fucking traitors. I said it. They have betrayed the community by their actions and their words. Allegedly. I have to say allegedly. Support those that support you. There are a lot of celebrities that have been down with us, that have been on the front line, that voted accordingly. They put their own finances aside to vote with us. Support them.